What's up? This is Ian, and we are in Fukuoka, Japan. It's bright out here, so we're wearing shades. Otherwise, I would be squinting. Take a look. We are at Mainohama Beach, and this is Mainohama Beach, and that is, I think it's called Nokushima. I'm not sure. Island, some island. And that's looking kind of west. It's nice out there when you get out of the city. So I am 5 days. This is day number 5 into a fast. It's the longest I've ever gone. You don't need to look at me. Yeah, fasting. So I guess in this video I'll tell you a little bit about my experience with fasting, and first I'll tell you some benefits about fasting to heal injuries. I got a paper here. I'm not very sharp today. I'm not very articulate or sharp. I've gone 5 days without food, and yeah, I can do some things all right, but some things not so well. Okay, here's number one. I'm not going to go into details about this. I built a site, a course that's very in-depth on these things. But everything I'm going to tell you here is backed by many, many studies. The course I created includes 116 studies, or more, because I'm still working. It's going to have more than that because I'm still working on it. Okay, number one, benefit number one on how it can help you heal your injury. Number one, again, all these are backed by scientific studies. You can Google them right now if you want to see for yourself some of them. Number one, fasting reduces inflammation. Number two, fasting increases autophagy. Autophagy is like your body will eat itself in some sense, but it's going to eat the not muscle. It's going to eat like dead cells in your body and disease cells in your body. Since I mentioned the muscle, I should tell you, because I'm sure some of you thinking, first things your body feeds off is glucose, like from carbohydrates. That's the first thing it feeds off. Like, it's in your belly and then it gets in your blood system. The second thing it feeds off is your fat. Actually, that's not correct. I think the second thing it feeds off is glycogen, which is like basically stored glucose. And then it feeds off fat. And, like I said, autophagy and like disease cells or broken cells or damaged cells in your body. And then the last thing it's going to feed off is your muscles. Okay, so that was number two. Number three, fasting increases stem cells. But, yeah, it takes a while to do that. It's not, if you read something about 24-hour fast increasing stem cells, that was for mice, not for you. Number four, fasting promotes wound healing. Number five, fasting increases growth hormone, that's HGH. And number six, fasting increases various growth factors such as FGF and VEGF. You can look those up. Fibroblast growth factor and vascular growth factor. Again, I'm not super sharp or articulate right now, so I'm doing the best I can. I had to write those down because otherwise I would have forgot. Yeah, so fasting can help heal your injury. It's not a silver bullet. If you have a torn meniscus or other knee injury or any kind of knee injury, it will help, okay? It's going to help you heal your injury. But you know, yeah, it's not a silver bullet, and it depends on how you fast and the when and for how long and how often. All those things matter. You do like a 16-hour fast, you say, "Oh, I fasted." Well, that's probably not gonna do shit. So, um, yeah. So it depends how you fast. All right, I'm gonna get up and walk a bit. I want to walk in the sand. So, oh, okay. So one thing fasting's gonna do to you is gonna make you dizzy. Let me come to it here for a bit. Fasting's gonna make you dizzy, and I'm gonna walk. Let's go this way. It feels great to walk in the sand. Fasting's kind of, yeah, it's hard. It's gonna make you dizzy. It's the first time I made it to 5 days. 2 months ago, I did a 4-day fast. And the other thing, last night I slept like 4 hours, so that's why I'd probably be in a little bit better condition today. I'd feel a little better. I don't know if I'd be any more articulate, but yeah, so I'm alive. Anyways, so what was I saying? I was saying about the 4-day fast. So before I did a 4-day fast, and about 2 months ago, and I broke. I was going for 5 days then, and I broke. I started feeling really ill at nighttime, like very nauseous and whatnot. So now I made it to 5 days. It's kind of been a progressive thing for me, spread over. I started about 5 years ago with fasting. I started off very short stuff with the warrior diet was the first sort of fasting experimenting I did, which is like 20 hours of fasting, 4 hours of eating. When I first started that, I did like a little bit of nibbling, like a few like vegetables, nibbling on like raw vegetables and stuff. Oh, and I drink tea when I fast, like today, or I've been drinking green tea and some herbal tea, some hibiscus tea and ginger tea. The green tea, I will pour off the first infusion to decaf it a bit, so I'll have less caffeine in it. I lost my train of thought. Where was I going before I started talking about tea? Okay, so I started off with the warrior diet, and the sand feels great. Look at that. Sand. Beach sand from Japan. Wow, it's exotic. Yeah, a little bit. I don't know, what was I saying? Warrior diet. Okay, so I did. Started with the warrior diet. I did. I can do some things though, like I can like beatbox. All right. Well, considering my situation, not like a pro or anything like that. But yeah, not mentally sharp, not very mentally sharp or articulate with speech and whatnot. I tried speaking some Japanese today. I saw a girl wearing a University of New Hampshire sweatshirt on, and I tried to speak with her, and she didn't speak any English, and wow, I could speak like, I could speak about like half of what I can normally speak. Anyways, I'm really off topic here. So anyways, the warrior diet, 24. Yeah, I dabbled with that a little bit. That was really hard at first. It was like, yeah, it was hard at first. It was a shock to the system. So really, like, fasting, you want to get good at fasting, you gotta work on your fasting muscle. Like, some of you might be able to just like jump right in and do a big fast. but it's probably going to be easier if you progressively do it. I mean, that's what I did, and like, it wasn't like in a rush in the beginning. I never would have considered 5 days in the beginning. Let's switch here. So I started with that. Like I said, I munched a little bit, very, very small amounts of food during the day, in the 20 hours. And then I'd eat a lot, 4-hour period. Yeah, I tried a lot of different fasts. I've done, okay, after that, I probably threw in, I experimented, shortly after then, I experimented with the keto diet for a little bit. That was also hard to adapt to at first. It was like a month. And then I was just like, yeah, I don't know, man. Keto, I think beneficial for some people. But yeah, I don't go in that. I know there's some hardcore fucking keto freaks out there. And good for you if like that's bringing you benefits and whatnot, but bottom line is your body's preferred source of energy is glucose. That's what it burns first. It's faster, it's quicker. Look it up. There's doctors, there's people out there that know a lot more about it than me that will say that. Fat is like it's more long-term energy, Anyway, so that's the keto diet. You can look that up if you want. But it's kind of like, I think it's kind of related to fasting in some sense. There's the idea of burning fat. Like right now, I'm fasting. Where was my energy coming from? My fats and any like damaged cells in my body. So, I dealt with that. That was probably like 3-4 years ago. I don't know. 4 years ago, probably. And let's see, what else did we do? We've done a lot of one-day fast. A one-day fast isn't, now to me, it's not that hard. 24 hours. It's like you stop eating at 6 o'clock. You skip breakfast and lunch, and then you eat. What the fuck? Alright, some beeping sound. Yeah, so it's like you eat at 6 o'clock the next night. So you stop at 6, eat at 6 the next night. I don't think it's very hard. Of course, the first timer, it's hard. You just drink a lot of water, a lot of liquids. You'll be fine. You might get a little edgy. But you're probably not going to get tired. Like when I do a 24-hour fast, I do a lot of those. Yeah, I definitely don't feel. I feel pretty sharp actually. For that time, like I feel pretty sharp, pretty energetic. I'll go train judo, martial arts. One time I even trained judo and martial arts. Like I don't remember what it was. It was like at least 2 days. I was 2 days, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna try this out, see how I do. I did all right actually. So you don't really feel like, what do I feel? I feel weak now. I'm a little bit dizzy. I don't feel very coordinated on my feet. My knee kind of like started to act up again because I think I was doing a little bit too much rehab on it because I tore my meniscus probably 4 or 5 months ago. December, what is it now, May? I don't know how long that is. And then it's kind of slow. I did a lot of different stuff, man. This is the thing, like fasting is one thing you can do. You want to optimize your healing, you gotta throw a lot of things at it. No one thing is gonna be the silver, not even surgery. Like a lot of people think surgery is like gonna be a quick fix. It's not. Like I'll say that for another dude. I've learned a lot.